I pulled a Qiqi. I pulled a Qiqi. I pulled a Qiqi, but I'm feeling quite alright. I pulled a Qiqi, lost 50-50. I'll build that Qiqi, 'cause I should. Alright, two things. Number one, you like this hat? I just bought it. $300, but I think it's going to be money well spent because I wore my old hat for 10 years. And I intend to wear this hat for at least 10 years, and this one is sufficiently different to my old hat, so I'll be wearing my old hat from time to time as well. And then number two, well, like the start of this video suggested, I got a Qiqi. We're here with Qiqi and Masanori, and you know, this is not the first time that I got Qiqi, so I actually have Qiqi constellations. I've been meaning to actually build my Qiqi and actually talk about it, because, you know, on this channel I have a bit of a soft spot for characters that everyone donks on. And Aloy, so there's that. I feel like with the introduction of Farina in particular, because she just makes all the healers so useful, that includes even Qiqi. And so playing like a DPS Qiqi like so, just allows me to actually build her in such a way that like I can also do damage. And what's great about someone like Qiqi as well, and this is the case for someone like Jean, is because her healing scales of attack, it means that building a DPS build on Qiqi isn't necessarily a bad idea, because you're not split scaling all sorts of things between her healing and her damage. So Qiqi's actually quite alright. It's not to say that Qiqi is suddenly like one of the strongest characters in the game. No, of course not. But Qiqi's actually quite okay. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm saying. And even in a team where it's like, well, previously the team that people allegedly would play Qiqi in was Hyperbloom, in which case Qiqi's not really doing anything. In this team, I'm playing this team with the express purpose of playing physical DPS Qiqi, and, you know, it's alright. So I say go for that. If anyone's looking for like a Qiqi team because they like Qiqi, I'd say this is my recommendation, so that Qiqi actually feels like she's doing something. And at least for me, with my level of investment in Miko, Farina, and Rosaria, this team seems absolutely perfectly viable in this current Spiral Abyss. So can't really complain there. Obviously physical will continue to be physical, so it's often a bit more tricky to play around, but options are there. If you want to potentially use someone like Yunjin, obviously Yunjin has sort of like an energy issue, unless you are able to always do full counters, in which case her energy issue isn't as bad. But at that point, I would probably recommend running Fav Rosaria instead of my current Deathmatch Rosaria. For me personally, right now, my Deathmatch Rosaria has around about 85-ish% crit rate. Fav Rosaria would drop that down to around about 50 thereabouts. The math is kind of here and there. I'm just really estimating right now. But even with 50% crit rate, I'm still getting my Fav procs quite regularly. That does also mean that the crit rate share that's coming out of Rosaria is going to drop by a bit. It's not a huge drop, so I guess don't really worry too much about that. But if you're really in desperate need of crit rate, then maybe stick with Deathmatch Rosaria, I guess. Otherwise, the team feels fine. And with Yunjin, you don't necessarily need to have Electro on the team. And that's kind of hilarious, because even without Electro on the team, and therefore even without Superconduct, Qiqi's normal attacks still do more damage with Yunjin. So there's a thought. And if you have C6 Yunjin, you do get that attack speed as well. And that's kind of nice as well, yeah. So when it comes to building Qiqi, I'm just going to really TLDR this because I'm not going to go into a full-out guide. With her weapons, I'm currently using Aquila Favonia because I can finally use Aquila Favonia, which is great because I'm trying to play physical DPS Qiqi. It means that I can actually use that weapon now on someone because I didn't really have anyone to use it on before. There's not a single other character in the game that would actually like to use Aquila Favonia. No, there isn't. But you can use it on DPS Qiqi, so that's great, right? Otherwise, I have also tried running Qiqi with my R4 Skyward Blade, which is alright. The crit rate buff is there as well, and I also get some ER, and that's mainly for if I really am in desperate need of my ult. And it seems to me like the sort of general strategy is try to rely on her skill as much as you can for healing, but her skill does have a bit of downtime, which is probably when you want to drop her ult. Or maybe drop her ult at the start of a rotation so that your characters, as they're setting up, can still get some healing out of that, because that can be potentially pretty nice as well. Otherwise, in terms of the 4 stars, I don't know, just choose whatever. I suppose there might be other 5-star weapons that are pretty good on the DPS Qiqi, like Mist Splitters. I haven't really given that much thought, mainly because I have it. But yeah, I think I'll be sticking to Aquila Favonia for the time being. Let me know what all this in the comments below. Have you tried to play DPS Qiqi? And I don't mean Hyperbloom, I do mean actual DPS Qiqi with Farina. And I know Farina, Miko, and Rosaria, at least in my case, might actually be sort of like hard carrying Qiqi. But I think if the purpose is to actually have a team where Qiqi feels like she's at least doing something, this kind of team actually works, because where she's kind of doing some damage, she's also healing everyone a lot. And healing everyone a lot is, at least to me, something that I find very, very valuable. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Genshin Impact action, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Stay friendly. Bye.
Okay, faster. Orders given. Orders received. Observe!